What's up, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel where we talk about all things Facebook ads. My name is Sydney, and today I want to talk to you about Facebook ad creatives. So we know that post iOS 14 and moving into 2022, the most important thing that you're going to be focused on should be your Facebook ad creative. It's the front-facing view of what your audience sees. Even if you have amazing copy or if you have, I don't know, a really good following, your Facebook ad creative is going to make or break your results. But you might be wondering, and through these months, you've been wondering, how do I get ideas for Facebook ads? Like, how do I come up with a good ad? What is a good ad? How do I know that it might, it's actually going to convert? So I'm going to be going through this PowerPoint presentation sort of today and showing you ads that I've saved in my own personal library, and I would definitely recommend that you do the same, that I have found that I've seen across accounts perform well, that type of Facebook ad creative and that structure. And I'll also give you some tips, real life examples that I've actually pulled from platforms, and show you guys all of that today. Now, before we get started, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We come out with new videos every single week, and we're always here to answer your questions. So if at any point during this video you have a question or you're not sure what I mean, drop the comment in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you right away. Secondly, you could also join our All Things Facebook Ads Facebook group. We're a growing community of Facebook advertisers, and we're literally just here to support you through your journey. Whether you're a business owner or an agency owner, definitely go ahead and join our private Facebook group as well. So let's dive right in and learn about Facebook ad creatives that convert. Now, first, I want to premise this by saying you should be doing research on your own about Facebook ad creatives that convert for your own brand and for your type of audience. Okay, so I would highly recommend going to Facebook ad library or Meta ad library relatively frequently. Look up some competitors, look up other people who are creating good ads at the moment. Maybe you've been seeing some good ads, and keep note of all of them. That's exactly what I've been doing over the past couple of months. And I've essentially created this swipe file where I've saved all of the ads, the type of content or the type of creative that they're making, and categorize them. And I've put this into a document, and we're gonna be going over that. And let me just start this off by saying that all the slides that I'm gonna be going through right now are 100% free and downloadable for you to take home and just reference back to. So just go in the description of this video. You're gonna see a link. Press it, give me your email, and I will give this to you for free. I reference it all the time. I literally keep it on favorites in my favorites bar on my Google Chrome. So highly recommend that you do that. Do your own research. This is what I've come up with so far, and that we base a lot of our clients' Facebook ad creatives off of this swipe file. This is where we generate new ideas. And for every brand, obviously it's going to be different. This brand is going to need XYZ. This brand is going to need LMNOP, of course, but we can use the same type of creatives because we know that this is currently what is working. And this swipe file is constantly going to be updating. So let's just dive right in. So Facebook ad creative swipe file, this is Facebook ad creatives that convert, and we've seen across ad accounts that they do perform well. And before we really dive into those Facebook ad creatives, it's really important to understand the different stages of the funnel that your clients or that your potential customers could be in, because that content is going to look a little bit different. So we really like to divide our campaigns simplified into 2 or 3 different campaigns. And that would be a prospecting campaign and a retargeting campaign. But in that retargeting campaign, you can have 2 different types of audiences. So let's just go over them right now. We got top of funnel, and this is basically where you're building brand awareness about the problem that you address. So these people are potentially not problem aware. They're not aware of your solution either. You're really just introducing who you are, what your solution is, who it's for, that kind of thing. Middle of funnel and bottom of funnel are people who are typically, they know who you are or they know about the type of solution that you offer, but you sort of just need to introduce them more about your values and what it is that you do. Middle of funnel, where they've maybe, visited your website or engaged with your social media, they're maybe one of your followers, you're teaching them how your solution is relevant for them specifically. Once they've showed a little bit of interest, now how is your solution relevant for them? And then bottom of the funnel, that's really almost at a purchase. Like they maybe added to cart a few times, or they've initiated checkout, like they've seen multiple product pages, like they're really, really interested, and you're really just pushing them off the edge of like why this is the best solution and like why you need this in your life. A little bit more than the other ones. And this is really where they were typically looking at other competitors or people who offer a similar solution and seeing like why is yours maybe better. And that's a huge advantage of running Facebook ads compared to like maybe your competitors who are not and like really killing it, is that you're going to show up constantly on their timeline and they'll remember if you have a good ad or not. So it is important to remember that some of these strategies work better at different parts of the funnel because they do have different intent or like intentions of like their purchasing behavior. So the first one is going to be user generated content. Basically, this is someone who takes their phone, records content. Maybe they're talking about what the product was like, how they went through the purchase process, but it's really generated by a user. And one way you can do this is like through a testimonial. Okay, so this is a user-generated video, and she's talking about what it does, how it's good for you, and the solution that it provides for a problem that a lot of people may have. And you can really see that she's calling out different points of that, and that can be almost a fully separate video of like your UGC video structure, but we won't go into that today. But these are really, really powerful, especially for retargeting or like bottom of funnel type campaigns, because it really gives them an overview of what the product is, their reaction to it, why they love it, and then like demonstrating the effectiveness and like showing real social proof of someone actually using the product. Okay, so testimonials are huge, and this is why people will create case studies or ask people for reviews and stuff, because it's so powerful. All right, another one is a testimonial compilation, and like putting a few different testimonials from different users into one video. And this again just like further shows how many people have actually used your product and are actually enjoying it. All right, so you can see that in that video, they are mixing a lot of different people putting into that one video. So amazing testimonial compilation. If you can get like a few different people to record a video and then put that all together, you are spot on. And these are really good again in bottom of funnel retargeting, but very worthwhile to try in your prospecting campaigns as well, where you're reaching new audiences, because this is so native to the platform and people are doing this all over, even like on TikTok or on your like regular Instagram feed. These can work well at really any stage, but especially at the bottom of the funnel. Another one is UGC unboxing videos. So like, again, like the concept of UGC, it is king right now. Like that's what's crushing it. That's why it's the first one on here. And it's like unboxing a video and showing them what is inside of it, what to expect when you get it, especially if you have like nice, cute packaging or you include things that are very special compared to like your competitors. Huge. And you want to show that, and you want your users or like customers to actually show people what it's like to purchase from you. Okay, so you can take it from first or second point of view. Buyers, like the person who bought it, is taking out and explaining each item and showing them like why they got it. And this are really great to use for middle of funnel, bottom of funnel in your retargeting campaigns, and because it shows them like what that process is like or what to expect once they actually purchase. Another one is organic memory. So again, with ads, to some extent, you're trying to keep it as native to the platform as possible. We know that organic memories and just like posting a picture of someone in the moment works really well to just blend in while also adding a call to action. So you want to like blend in, but you also want to provide an action for them to take. And these aren't actually specifically ads, but I know that this can work, especially for like lead-based companies. If let's say you have a window fixing company, like You might not do very well with like user generated content because that can be a little bit harder to get, but of your workers like right in the moment, taking a picture, just like smiling and working on the windows can work really, really well. Problem and solution. So what I love about this type of ad where they're like literally just calling out the problem and providing a solution, it's just so straight to the point. And I think that's very overlooked these days, where people think that they have to tell a story when they're like making an ad. But a lot of times what works well is like literally just calling out the exact issues that people are having and how you provide a very simple solution based on, and this, especially this one, it's almost like based on type of science, you know, like it's a buildup of these minerals like magnesium, aluminum, calcium, and these can work really well in your prospecting, but also retargeting campaigns. Honestly, this can be shown at any part of the funnel, especially have like multiple variations of something that's calling out a problem and then solution right away, like in that same video, can be very powerful at any stage of the funnel. We also have visual aids and effects and like what you can add to your videos or your images to help them convert a little bit better. And the first one is a features point out. I actually love trying this out and testing this out with different clients. This is really like in the middle of funnel and bottom of funnel. Once they've checked out a little bit what your brand is about, you want to call out some things that they may have missed that is like literally just features. So like, what are some features that you typically wouldn't really know about, and how can you tell your audience if they're shopping around looking at different types of brands that offer the same product as you, what makes yours cooler than theirs, or like what are some, you know, technical aspects of it that you want to present to your potential customer to sort of like help them to buy. So for here, Doe Lashes new ultra thin Korean silk fiber, like that's not a benefit, right? Like I see no benefit there. It's really just a feature that they're calling out. Dual layers for a 3D vibe. Now we do have like the 3D vibe benefit, but dual layers for a 3D vibe is like a straight up feature. Wispy and flirtatious everyday look, but they're really like pointing out 3 different points on this single lash that's describing further like what their product, why it's cool and why they should buy it. Another one is your benefits overlay. So I loved for this one is like go on your social media, take your best performing image, and on top of it, like lie your benefits. Like what are 3 benefits that you can find and list them. So, you know, for the shoe company, comfortable, stylish, and timeless. So like they're versatile. You can use them anywhere. Now, this can work really well, I think mostly for like retargeting, as it doesn't really explain too much about it, but it also can be very well for your prospecting campaigns as well. Just like to introduce your brand and like what exactly is it and what can I expect from it. But really here, like simplicity is your best friend, and show them exactly what it is they can expect from your product. Oh, I love seeing these ones. And I think this one as well, Laura Mercier, but also Manscaped does a really good job with this to make it really cool. It's like the zero gravity look where it looks like it's sort of floating in the pictures. And you can do this either by, I don't know, putting a clear string, which I wouldn't recommend. But if you just take a normal picture of your product and remove the background, then you can add a shadow with some effects. Just like adds pop to your picture. If you see a lot of your competitors just advertising straight up like plain pictures of their products, this can really help you stand out for just a simple image ad. Would this perform better than a UGC video? I wouldn't say yes, probably. However, if you are testing out images and want sort of like low cost, low production type of quick ad to put up, I would go with something like this that sort of makes it pop. And ads, like, it's really cool, you know? So again, I wouldn't really use this for top of funnel because you can't really understand what it is, or like there's no benefits or features that you're pointing out here. So I would definitely use this in Mofu or Bofu, where you're retargeting people who already know who you are. Testimonial cut and paste. I love seeing these ads on my timeline, and I love trying it out for our clients, where you can either take a screenshot of a review that someone left. I'm kind of blocking it right here, but a review that someone left like over text, email, or a comment or a DM that someone sent you, or you can copy wherever they left that review, you can copy it and paste it onto a nicely performing image. Everyone wants reviews and they want to know what it's like to have that product or to try it. So reviews can be huge, and just pasting that right onto there really just shows that it's a real person who left that review. And you can use this especially in retargeting when they're sort of shopping around looking for different people. They want to see someone who was in the same position as them use the product and see benefit from it. So if you can include a testimonial that really digs deep on emotions, like look for those ones, like ones that are just like, oh, I love this product. Like After Pros, I love playing with my hair. I think that's cool. I think they're obviously using this ad because it works to some degree. But if you can throw in like, I love this because that kind of thing, I think you can amplify the results that you get from this testimonial cut and paste strategy. And then we go into like business generated content. So we have user generated content where it's like really from the point of view of the user, but there's also like the business generated content. And nowadays, like you want to have a good story behind your business and like really add personality. I think that's really what's going to set a lot of people apart coming like 2022 and on, is like, what kind of personality do you have? Like, are you a real company? As people have found, maybe they've been scammed by like drop shippers who, had a rather unstable business in the past, and they maybe bought from them and they didn't really like that experience. So if you can show your audience what your brand is all about from like the business perspective, I think like that can be really powerful. And what I love here is that whether your brand is big or small, you can make these and show your users like, what is that story. So the first one here is like business story, like a video that tells the story of the business, why you started it. So you'll see there's a few examples in here, and like this swipe file is full of examples. Now this can work really well as top of funnel introduction to your business, but you do have to structure it a little bit differently because, if people already know who you are and then you're further explaining like, oh, this is what I do, this is how it started, is going to be different than if you're retargeting them. So just be wary of where they are at in the funnel and like how you should structure that content. But I love trying this out. And if you're working with a brand, or if you are a brand and your founder has that capabilities of taking that and you're willing to work with that, it's something super interesting to find, like to test out, because I don't see many people doing this, but I know that this style can work very well, and we've seen it work really well in the past. And I love this, like from the founder, and it's really actually her wearing the clothes. So not only are her customers wearing the clothes, she is also wearing the clothes. She believes in herself, and sometimes that's like really just a push into like, yes, you should buy this, or yes, like we do support a good cause, this is worth your investment, that kind of thing. Also, if your pricing is a little bit on the, like if the price of your product is a little bit on the pricier side, this can really, really help because it really creates that emotional attachment to the brand or like whoever's watching it. So it's like, oh, like I like this person, I want to do it because I really like them as well, compared to this other company where like I don't know the founder, I don't know the owner or the story. So yeah. These ones I'm seeing really, really often. These could be great for middle of funnel and bottom funnels, like packaging an order with me, showing me what the process looks like when I'm packaging it, how much love goes into it, how much work goes into it. This can also help people appreciate a little bit more what it is that you offer and like the process that you have to go through. And you'll see that I've linked to some other examples externally over here that will show you some people packaging an order. These are really easy, especially for like small businesses who maybe don't have a huge marketing budget. Like these are the things that you should be showing behind the scenes of what goes on, because seeing what all the work is to go into creating a product or sending it out provides like almost like sympathy from the users, and like they really understand what it's like to be that person. So if you can show more of that on like your soft side and like this is what I have to do every day, it can really create like a relationship between them, and it's really just, it seems so real. You don't seem salesy, that kind of thing. So Package and Order with Me, those are really great, and they're fun to watch. It's almost like an unboxing video, but reverse. Them versus Us, I think these can work really well if they are presented properly. Basically, you take another brand that is similar to yours, just like a no-name brand, maybe that's like unhealthy for the cereal explanation, or, you know, they just like don't provide the same type of service or product as you, and you compare the two. What makes you different than them, and how can you demonstrate that? So it's like straight up benefits called out right away, and majority of the time people are probably using the regular brand stuff. So if you haven't tried this creative style already, I would definitely suggest trying it out. The only thing to be wary about here is that you're not actually using their name. Like, you're just calling out like a random, like, us versus them. Okay, so don't use a brand that a lot of people already know. Now, I did want to mention to you guys that if you don't want to have to go over this video 17 times to take note of the different, you know, examples and what you can be doing, if you want to be able to just go back to it nice and easy, you can download it for free. Just go to the description below and there will be a link. All you gotta give to me is your email and you will get this whole swipe file. You can even, you know, add on to it. You can create your own swipe file, take these examples, and just build off of it. It will be updated pretty frequently. So, you know, in a few months from now, there might be different ones, and I will also show you guys that when it comes around. But you can download this on your own right now for free to have it as at your own disposal. I actually put in my little favorites bar in my like Google Chrome so that I always have access to it. All right, here's a good one that's fun to try out. It's like back by popular demand. So not only here, like, are you creating this urgency of like everyone's been asking for it, like this is something that you absolutely need. You can use this like in your retargeting campaigns, or if they've already purchased from you, you can like show them what it is that's backed by popular demand, to provide like social proof that people are asking for it. Just like in this video over here, you know, they're showing that like tons of people have been asking for this recently. And it really just like builds that relationship, proves that you actually listen to your customers, which is a huge benefit, you know, like that there's a real person behind it, real people listening to your real problems. And it's also an opportunity to re-engage those customers who have already purchased from you. Right, so we get into a little bit of formatting and style and how you can format your ads to help them convert a little bit better. This is something I've been seeing really well. We know that UGC content works really well, and a lot of that comes from the increased amount of TikTok users. So we know that like if you have a TikTok, you're posting TikTok, it does have that logo on it. So adding this on there just kind of proves that this was something that they use on a different platform. It almost feels like more social proof. It also shows them like this video is going to be short. It's going to be something that you're expecting. It's like that UGC style content. And if people are obsessed with their TikTok app, like a lot of people are, this is sort of just like hooks them into like, ooh, yep, this is something you want to see. And that's really what your ad creatives are all about, is like getting them to watch more so that they can listen to the call to action or like learn actually what your product is about. Now, if you don't have a TikTok account, something that you can do is actually use an editing tool and add your own TikTok logo on there if you did want to. And another thing that you can try out is using like subtitles or the AI voiceover to read the subtitles that you have on the screen if you don't feel like actually talking inside of your video. So don't be afraid to do things that look exactly like the things that are already on the platform, okay? Like, again, we're trying to make this as native as possible, but adding some call to actions, adding some value propositions that get them to convert is really what's gonna help you out here. Story style creatives. These are almost like the easiest things to make. Basically just take a picture or a video, add it to the either the Reels editor, which would be very similar to TikTok, or into your story editor, and use the text and emojis and the little stickers that are native to the platform. again, comes back to always wanting to look like you blend in with some call to actions thrown in there. This can add a very organic look to your content, make them feel like they've seen it already or that it's like very familiar. And the best way to go about this is to take like a really good performing image. So if you're posting things on, Instagram or your stories, whatever, you found a lot of people engage with it, that's the kind of ad or picture that you want to use for the ad. You could also just like choose one. But if you can find one that perform well, that would be your best bet. And carousels, these are so fun. Whether it's a catalog sales or using like the dynamic product ads, they always like perform so well. There's so many options for them to look at. So if you aren't doing carousels right now, absolutely you should, and test out like maybe different collections or like different ways of presenting your products. But what I love to try out with this is a seamless carousel. So basically when they swipe, the image follows. And there's like a really easy way to do this, whether it's on Canva or Photoshop, where you're just like creating a long picture and then breaking that up into square pictures throughout your carousel. And it just adds almost like a wow factor to just a typical carousel. And then you could, go into this little comic strip type of look if you wanted to use that, where it explains your product, or you could use it sort of like this, where you see we have the benefits overlay and like a must have. Like I love that they're combining some strategies together. So don't be afraid to try this as well. We've seen this work really well, just because carousels always just give so much option for them to choose from. And that's pretty much it. This is about me. I'm the one who created this. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, go ahead and do that there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We do come out with new videos every week, or we try to at least. And again, if you haven't already, do join our free Facebook group. And again, you can go back into the description of this video and download the swipe file for yourself. Don't be afraid to do it. Continue to add on your own research and things that you find worked well for your own clients or for your own business. But that Facebook ad library is your best friend. The availability that you have of seeing other people's ads is crazy. So don't be afraid to use it. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up. Please do let me know if you liked it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.